This is IGN. A sizzling age gap romance and a moving story about grief give a refreshing update to the franchise. This is your IGN review of Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy by Miriam Balanescu. Even the cheeriest romantic comedy ending can leave us with a nagging question. What follows happily ever after? After all, there are no neat, easily satisfying endings in real life. A truth hit home in Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, the fourth in a series of rom-coms whose heroine has seen her share of happily ever after. It's the first entry in the franchise to be undercut by a note of genuine sadness, leaving Bridget, played by Renee Zellweger, the widowed mother of two small children, 9-year-old Billy, played by Casper Knopf, and 4-year-old Mabel, played by Mila Jankovic. While director Michael Morris's take on Helen Fielding's novel of the same name also has a totally unexpected and novel touch of childlike wonder and magic, there's no avoiding that this chapter in Bridget's story is in large part about grief. She's older and a little wiser, and though the movie ditches some of the usual silliness as a result, for the better perhaps, after the misfire that was 2004's Edge of Reason, this is more than made up for by a whip-smart script by Fielding, Dan Mazer, and Abby Morgan. With her husband Mark Darcy, played by Colin Firth, gone, though not Firth himself, who plays the late Mr. Darcy as Bridget's imagined companion at some especially poignant moments, Mad About the Boy jokes that its protagonist is back where she started in Bridget Jones's diary. She's still susceptible to bad advice, with her trio of pals, Shazzer, played by Sally Phillips, Jude, played by Shirley Henderson, and Tom, played by James Callis, reiterating their favorite solution to life's many problems: sex. As the endearing every woman navigates the era of Tinder while simultaneously juggling childcare, all the things the series is known and loved for, relatability, mishap-packed charm, picture-perfect London locations, and great running gags, are in plentiful supply. She even finds herself at the epicenter of a classic love triangle, caught between the affections of swoony part-time ranger Rockster, played by Leo Woodall, the boy of the title, and the more sedate new teacher at her kids' school, Mr. Wallaker, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. Much as a calamitous meet-cute in the park with Rockster and stomach-suctioning date-night knickers might sound like well-worn ground for the series, Mad About the Boy ascends to fresh levels of sly self-awareness and crackling comedy, with the bonus of parenting jokes that rival the heights of About a Boy or the BBC sitcom Outnumbered. In fact, young Mabel gets some of the best lines, and her comic timing often outstrips that of her older co-stars. Her main quip is asking every man she encounters if he is going to be her new daddy. Having Mabel and Billy's perspective in the mix leavens some of the heavier passages. The enigmatic owl who takes up residence outside of the kids' bedroom window takes much of the credit there. There is also a sizzling energy between Zellweger and her latest love interest Woodall, and the movie is refreshingly unjudgmental about the 27-year age gap wedged between them. If anything, one of its few disappointments is that their relationship could use more screen time. We don't get much backstory for Rockster, a character who claims to be more responsible than your average 28-year-old, but then wildly waltzes in and out of Bridget's life more than once. Mr. Wallaker is shown to be the more reliable prospect in comparison, with Mad About the Boy drawing obvious parallels between his brand of uptight rationalism and Mark's no-nonsense approach to life. The heat Ejiofor generates opposite Zellweger can't quite compare to the uncontrolled flames she and Woodall ignite, but smaller sparks do fly. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy is a refreshing new spin on the franchise, with a newfound earnestness and genuinely moving story about grief. Yes, there are a couple of corny moments, but it has a steamy new love story. The now 24-year-old franchise's trademark humor is in plentiful supply, and its gamble with a sincere tone pays off. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy's IGN score? 8 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest updates and reviews on this movie and more, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.